I've got some cream which is about to go out of date, so there's plenty of ways you can use up cream. This is just one very quick way of doing it. The part of the cream that's going to go off is the buttermilk. It's the butter fat in there which will last a bit longer, so all we need to do is separate them out and make ourselves some butter. So we pour cream into a clean jam jar or the similar container. You don't want it full because you want some room there to be able to shake up the cream. So making sure the lid's on nice and tight, you start shaking the jar. You want a fairly slow, methodical shake, just like this. And you carry on, and you'll hear some noise changes to the sloshing that's happening here. Soon there'll be no noise at all, and that's where you've got whipped cream in the jar. But you carry on shaking past there until you hear a rather wet sloshing noise, and that's where our butter fat and buttermilk are separated out. So here we can see we're still at a fairly whipped cream stage at the moment. So you see you've got a ball of fat in there. We just need to carry on shaking to separate out the buttermilk. You can probably hear there a change in sound. I can see there we've got the buttermilk separated out from our butter fat. So what we do now, open the jar and pour off that buttermilk. If the buttermilk hasn't gone off, you can use that for cooking. Most recipes that state buttermilk have got cultured buttermilk in, which is slightly thicker. Just might need to bear that in mind. So we've poured off that buttermilk, and then we're going to try and clean all of it out of the butter, because remember that's the bit that's going to go off, and we don't want that making the butter go off. So I'm going to pour in some clean water, put our lid back on, and gently shake it around to wash out the butter fat. And we keep doing that until that liquid goes clear, because that'll let us know that all the buttermilk has been washed out. So now the water in there is clear. We know we've got rid of pretty much all of that buttermilk. So we can take our pat of butter out of the jar and then transfer it to a work surface. There we go. Now there still will be bits of buttermilk left in here, so I tend to squeeze it out by pushing down with a wooden spoon, and you can see some of the buttermilk is pouring out there. So you just keep pressing that down to push out all of that buttermilk, and you just drain that off. So essentially you've now got your butter. So you can leave it like that as unsalted butter to be used in cooking or to be used on your toast in the morning. Or if your taste prefers, you can salt your butter. And that might actually help to draw out any excess moisture, any buttermilk there that would otherwise taint your butter as it goes off. So there you have it, homemade butter. So we've got our homemade butter, some homemade jam for a waste not, want not breakfast.